Hello students, greetings from Indore Public School. In the last class we have started with this chapter and we have completed the first part of the chapter. This is a very small chapter. Okay, we have discussed about various ways of contraception, right? So let us continue with the chapter. Okay, fine. So the next topic which we are going to discuss today is MTP. MTP means medical termination of pregnancy. Medical termination of pregnancy or induced abortion or intentional or voluntary termination of pregnancy. Okay, this is known as MTP or medical termination of pregnancy. In the world there is around 45 to 50 million MTPs take place throughout the world. Fine. So MTPs help in decrease the rate of population growth, but actually it is not done intentionally done to reduce the population, but it is just to avoid the unwanted childbirth. Okay, in many of the countries MTP is actually banned, right? In India also it was legalized, fine, but then it was a highly debatable topic, debatable issue. Why? Fine. Why? Because it involves emotional, ethical, religious and social issues. Many of the societies, many of the people, they believe that it is like killing, right? So they do not accept it. Fine. But in India it was legalized in 1971 with strict restriction to check indiscriminate and illegal female feticide, right? This is something which we have discussed in the early previous class, that female feticide, to prevent the female feticide, the amniocentesis and early detection of the sex of the embryo was banned. Fine. So MTP is usually done to get rid of the unwanted pregnancy, fine, due to some unprotected intercourse or failure of the contraceptive. Many times contraceptive do not work, fine. Then in rape cases, fine, and also in those cases in which the pregnancy is later on identified as fatal for the mother or for the fetus. So in all these cases MTPs are done, fine. MTP is possible only in the first trimester. It is safe in the first trimester, that is before 12 weeks, fine, or within the 12 weeks of pregnancy. In the second trimester they are riskier for the mother, fine. So this should be done by a known medical practitioner, okay, a qualified experienced medical practitioner, otherwise it can lead to several other issues. Now STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. STDs are also known as venereal diseases or reproductive tract infections. Venereal diseases and reproductive tract infections. In one of the year this question came in the board, what is the other name of STDs? So such type of questions also come, so you should be aware of all these things, right? So other name of sexually transmitted diseases is venereal diseases and reproductive tract infections. Okay, some of the examples are gonorrhea, syphilis, genital herpes, chlamydiasis, genital warts, trichomoniasis, hepatitis B and HIV. Fine. Now in case of hepatitis B and HIV, in all other cases besides hepatitis B and HIV, the mode of transmission is only through sexual contact, right? But for HIV and hepatitis B, besides unprotected sex, besides the sexual contact with the infected person, sharing infected needles, sharing unsterilized surgical instruments, then transfusion of blood from infected person to healthy person, then passing from infected mother to fetus. Okay, so all these can also be the ways of transmission of hepatitis B and HIV, because hepatitis B and HIV are blood-borne diseases, right? So they are caused by transmission of any of the body fluids other than the semen. Means besides semen, also semen also, and any other body fluid also, through any other body fluid like blood transmission also it can happen. So these diseases can occur, can be caused, can be transmitted by all these ways. Fine. Then except hepatitis B, HIV and genital herpes, all the other diseases are completely curable. So if anybody is suffering from any of the disease, that person should immediately contact a doctor so that it can be easily cured. So some symptoms of STDs: itching, fluid discharge, pain and swelling in the genital region. Okay. Then many a times they remain asymptomatic, means no symptoms are shown for a long period of time. Okay. And later on they can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease. This disease is responsible for abortions and stillbirth, ectopic pregnancy, infertility, okay, or even cancer of the reproductive tract. Fine. Now how can they be prevented? They can be prevented by avoiding sex with unknown partners or with multiple partners. Then always a condom should be used during the sexual intercourse. Fine. In case of any doubt, a medical practitioner should be consulted. Fine. And complete treatment of the disease should be taken. Okay. Now let us come to a very important topic of this chapter, that is infertility. What is the meaning of infertility? Infertility means besides having the unprotected sex, besides using any contraception, a couple is not able to conceive. So this is considered as a problem of infertility. Okay. Various reasons can be physical or congenital, or some disease, some drugs, okay, some immunological or even some psychological problems can be the reasons for infertility. Okay. Infertility can be primary or secondary. Primary infertility means the couple the couple never had any child. Okay. And secondary infertility means the couple had a previous pregnancy, but now for the second time the couple is unable to conceive. So that is known as secondary infertility. In India, though both the male and the female partner can have a problem, but in India basically females are blamed, okay, for not bearing the child. Fine. Now there are various ways, fine, to conceive. Fine. In case of infertility, these are known as assisted reproductive technologies or ART. So ART or assisted reproductive technologies are ways by which a couple can conceive. Now let us talk about various methods of infertility control. First of all, IVF or in vitro fertilization or embryo transfer or test tube baby program. Okay. In vitro fertilization, in vitro means laboratory condition, right? So instead of fertilization being done naturally, the fertilization is done in the laboratory. Okay. This is also known as test tube baby program. So what are the steps of a test tube baby program? You can see this question very commonly comes in the exam. Okay. So this is very important. The fertilization occurs outside the body. Fine. So what are the steps? First of all, female is induced to produce multiple egg or ova. Then the eggs are collected. Fine. They can be it can be collected either from the wife or from the egg donor. Fine. Also the sperms are collected either from the husband or from the donor. Fine. Then the sperm and the eggs, they are incubated together in a culture medium where fertilization occurs and the zygote is formed. Fine. After that, the zygote formed is transferred to the uterus, okay, either of the wife or of the surrogate. Fine. So this is done. This is how it is done. Fine. Fertilization occurs outside, but the development of the baby occurs naturally inside the uterus, right? So these are the steps of test tube baby program. Fine. Now, after fertilization, the transfer of the embryo occurs in two ways. Either it can be ZIFT. The full form of ZIFT is zygote intrafallopian transfer. Okay, zygote intrafallopian transfer. Zygote or embryo with 8 blastomeres, they are transferred to the fallopian tube. If it is transferred in the zygote state, or embryo with 8 blastomeres, then it is transferred to the fallopian tube. Okay, if the embryo is transferred of 32 cell stage, then it is directly transferred to the uterus. Okay, this is known as IUT or intrauterine transfer. Okay, the full forms are important. Find many a times in the exam you are supposed to write down the full form. Okay, so zygote intrafallopian transfer, this is done in zygote or embryo with 8 blastomeres stage, in which they are transferred to fallopian tube, and if the embryo grows till 32 cell stage, then it is directly transferred to the uterus, which is called IUT or intrauterine transfer. Fine. The first test tube baby in the world is Louise Joy Brown, who was born on 29 July 1978 in England. In India, the first test tube baby is Kumari Harsha, okay, who was born on 8th August 1986 in Mumbai. The diagram shows the process of in vitro fertilization. The first step, as you can see, the women is given hormone treatment to stimulate egg production. So one or more eggs are produced, right? Now these eggs are collected, fine. Then they are mixed with the sperm, fine, and they are cultured, they are incubated together in a medium, fine. The fertilization occurs. Now the fertilized embryos are transferred to the fallopian tube or to the uterus, depending upon the stage in which it is transferred, fine. So this is done in case of infertile mother. If the mother is infertile, okay, then the male with less sperm count, this condition is known as oligospermia, in which the male has less sperm count. So in this case, the male cannot fertilize a women normally, fine. And even in this case, the embryos can be frozen and they can be used for future purposes, right? So this is about in vitro fertilization or test tube baby program. The next is GIFT. GIFT full form is gamete intrafallopian transfer, fine. This is done in case of women who cannot produce ova, right? So in this case, ovum is collected from a donor and it is transferred to the female, okay, it is transferred to the fallopian tube of the female, right? So this is there. Then along with the ova, the sperms are also transferred to the ampulla, right? So sperms or ovum, both are transferred to the ampulla, where fertilization occurs and the pregnancy occurs, okay. So the next method is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. In this case, in the ovum culture medium, the sperm is injected through a micro syringe inside the ovum, okay. A micro syringe is used and the sperm is directly injected into the ovum. This is used when the sperms have very low motility, okay, and they are not able to fertilize the egg in a normal way, fine. Then artificial insemination. Artificial insemination is used in the case in which the male partner is unable to inseminate the female, okay, or the sperm count is very low, fine. So in this case, the semen of the male partner is collected, fine, and then concentrated set is introduced into the vagina or the uterus of the female, okay. So this is known as intrauterine insemination, Fine. So these are some of the ways of to treat infertility. Now there are certain drawbacks. If the wall of the uterus is damaged, then none of the techniques can be used for the conception, for fertility. Fine. All these methods, they require high precision. Fine. They require a specialized professional and expensive instrumentation, right? All these methods are very expensive, and there are a very few centers with very few people, okay, which are using these techniques. Fine. Also, it raises several ethical, emotional and religious and moral issues in the society, right? So these are the ways to fight the fertility issues. Fine. So with this, students, we have finished this chapter. Though this chapter is a bit theoretical and smaller and easier, fine, so this gives you an advantage for high scoring in the exam, because this is an important chapter from which questions are asked. Fine. So I'll give you the same instructions. I'll also send the notes as well as the worksheet. So paste the worksheet, right? Read this chapter thoroughly from the book. Ask your doubts. Okay. Now, in case you have any doubts, you can ask. As I said, you have to solve the NCERT exercise and solve the worksheet. Fine. So let me say goodbye for today. Stay at home and stay safe.